Hello, gentlemen. Will Gasper, Hospice of Michigan, grief support counselor, here to talk to you today about our continuing series that we have every first Tuesday of the month called Men Overcoming Loss General. And that includes, of course, parents, grandparents, siblings, good friends, and even loss of a job. So here we go. We had this meeting the first Tuesday of the month, which was March 1st. And we had 6 gentlemen total in attendance. And excuse me. And the topic quickly turned to multiple losses. One gentleman had lost not only his wife, but previous to that, had lost his mother-in-law, and then 3 weeks later, his father-in-law. And then just recently, he lost his brother-in-law. And so other people chimed in about their multiple losses as well. And the question that came to the surface very quickly was, how does one deal with multiple losses? Like one right after the other. COVID hit. It just kind of shut everybody down. Couldn't even go to facilities to visit your loved one. Maybe you knock on the window and talk on the phone, cell phone outside the window. Or perhaps a step better than that was talking on a tablet, viewing each other and hearing each other's voice on a tablet type of device. So the consensus was varied. So I guess that it means there wasn't a consensus, but one of the strategies that we talked about was in dealing with multiple losses is to process each one at a time after your list is made of all your losses, and then perhaps writing down, journaling, if you will, the qualities that that person had and the memories you had of that person, and possibly other thoughts, pictures, souvenirs, hand-me-downs, whatever the case may be of that person. And then after that is complete, move on to the next person and do the same thing until you have kind of a notebook with places to write your thoughts about each person as time goes on. Another person said, well, what about the fact that I, at 62 years old, am the oldest living survivor in my family of origin or in my family, brothers, or excuse me, aunts, uncles, cousins. What if I'm the oldest among those people? So the discussion kind of evolved around what expectations do we have of the oldest surviving relative? What questions do we have for them, or what answers are we required to give to others in our family, our extended family, as they come and seek our help, seek our input, or maybe they don't seek it at all. Maybe we're here on an island and no one really cares about any of our ancestors, any of our loved ones that have passed away. No real answer to that. We take what we have been given and we figure it out from there. And the main topic or the main idea came back that even more the reason to seek grief support help, whether that is a pastor, a trusted friend, a therapist, or one of the many, many grief support groups that are not only in line but online, but they can be in person now that COVID is starting to open up our restrictions about getting together, to just be with people, to be supported, and to feel the encouragement and the understanding and the safety of people that we respect and we feel safe in their presence. Another gentleman said, well, older losses seem to be kind of shoved to the back burner as we experience a new loss. And such was the first man who I talked about a few minutes ago, who lost his mother-in-law, father-in-law, about 2 years before he lost his wife. And at that point, when he lost his wife of 40-some years, he put those previous losses on the back burner, including being the executor of their estates and having to clean out the house. And that just wasn't possible as his wife was going through cancer. So giving yourself permission to not keep all those balls in the air, kind of comparing it to a juggler. We can't be expected to keep it all together, keep all the balls in the air at one time. We're expected to take care of business, take care of our loved ones, and be in the moment with them as they suffer through the end of their days here on this earth. And hopefully suffering is just part of that. And of course, that can be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. Maybe that's the wrong word. Maybe we talk about experiencing the last days of our lives, whether it be in our faith life, in our spiritual life, in our emotional life, how our relationships kind of turn center to the people that meant the most to us. So there's a lot of different balls in the air, even for this person that we're spending time with. Maybe we're the caregiver. So limiting yourself to doing the best you can with the person that needs us the most right now, letting the past kind of just sit there, because nothing's going to happen until we're ready for it to happen for us. So being mindful, being present for the loss before our loved one passes, or even a year or so after that person passes, how we cope, how we process our grief for that person is the most important thing. And one gentleman said he was sick and tired of being the executor for one more estate. He had had enough days going through his own wife's clothing, jewelry, pictures, and he didn't want to go back to his mother-in-law and father-in-laws. estate and process all of that stuff. But he knows he has to. And it's okay if there was no limit or no time limit put on him by anyone. Maybe he put it on himself that he wanted to get it done, so it would be done. But through encouragement of the group, he heard that it was okay not to proceed to get it all done if he did not feel that way, did not feel the energy to do that. Another thing that came up in our discussion about multiple losses was the act of forgiving those who may have hurt us, and hopefully not physically, but emotionally or mentally, to give up that anger, to give up that guilt, to give up that hurt, because forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves. Someone once said, having hate or anger against someone who has hurt us is like taking poison ourselves and expecting the other person to die. So the sooner we can release those feelings of anger and hurt, the more powerful and quickly our forgiveness can take over and help us heal. What remains, though, after our multiple losses is figuring out where we go from here. And it's okay, according to the group, to acknowledge that you need help. Whether that's help from a friend, an organization that perhaps volunteers to help us move furniture, close up houses, close up estates, whatever that is. Possibly church members could pitch in on a work day, on a weekend for a work bee to help us quickly and decisively take care of those things that need to be taken care of. So, gentlemen, that's about the most concise report I can give about the hour-and-a-half session we had on March 1st. And we will be back on the first Tuesday of April, and we'll be giving our the members, chance to join us at 6 p.m. Men Overcoming Loss. And again, my name is Will Gasper, wgasper@hom.org. If you are viewing this for the first time and would like to sign up to attend in person on Zoom on that first Tuesday of April. And looking at my calendar, that looks like it is the 5th of April, April 5th, 6 p.m. So everyone, take care of yourselves and God bless.